Is Boris Johnson on the brink of extinction, so to speak? Well, things are quite bubbling behind the scenes, and more Tories seem to be sawing on his chair. This could mean a vote of no confidence in the British Prime Minister. The opponents of British Prime Minister Boris Johnson within the party sense their chance for rebellion. As several British media reported on Wednesday night, numerous members of his Conservative Party want to express their distrust in the head of government. It is quite possible that the 54 votes needed for a vote of no confidence in Johnson will be achieved. His time is up, the Telegraph reporter Hope quoted a member of parliament as saying. As early as today when I'm filming this, Johnson is threatened with a D-Day, the day of the decision, but I'm filming before the PMQ, so I'm quite curious as well. There could be a vote of no confidence in the group if 15% of the 360 Conservative MPs voted against Johnson, which corresponds to 54 votes. In a secret ballot in the parliamentary group, the Prime Minister would then have to get at least 50% of the members on his side in order to survive the vote. Johnson has been under considerable pressure for weeks over revelations about parties at government headquarters during the corona lockdown. His reputation among the population and the party is already badly damaged. I think we did it, well-connected BBC reporter Laura Kunzberg quoted a Tory protesting against Johnson as saying. ITV presenter Robert Peston tweeted that several Conservative MPs agreed that Johnson must go. It is just not yet clear whether they are already pushing ahead or waiting until the publication of an internal investigation report. So far, 7 Tory MPs have expressed their distrust in the Prime Minister, but behind the scenes there has been talk of, at least 30 rebels. According to the Times count, 58 MPs publicly criticized Johnson. The fact that the new votes are said to be members of parliament who only came into parliament as a result of Johnson's brilliant election victory in 2019 caused, quite a stir. They met at Alicia Kearns' office on Tuesday. Because her constituency around Melton Mowbray is known for pork pies, the media are talking about a pork pie coup. Johnson had denied allegations by his ex-advisor Dominic Cummings on Tuesday that he lied about the Partygate affair. And JRM asked on Twitter why everyone is believing Cummings, because we know how often Johnson lied. No one drew his attention to the fact that an event in May 2020 in the garden of his official residence could violate the corona requirements in force at the time. That's what the Prime Minister said. The Guardian newspaper called the interview with Sky News, in which Johnson repeatedly stuttered and struggled for words, devastating. The 57-year-old was met with widespread ridicule. "Nobody warned me that the party was breaking rules," says the man who made the rules, headlined the independent newspapers. But I love some memes that said, "There were no hookers and no coke, so how could this have been a party?" Johnson has been fighting for office for weeks. In order to take the wind out of critics' sails, he wants to lift some corona rules today when I'm filming, as has long been demanded by Conservative hardliners, which he had only reintroduced shortly before Christmas due to the spread of the Omicron variant. These include the requirement to work from home if possible, as well as vaccination certificates as a condition for participation in larger events. In addition, the mask requirement in shops and local public transport is to be lifted again, as the BBC reported. The end of the measures is considered central to Johnson's plan to appease his party, dubbed Operation Red Meat. Well, that should be thrown at critical MPs at least. This also includes projects such as an end to the BBC subscription fees and the use of the military against migrants in the English Channel. I talked about this a little bit longer in yesterday's videos. However, the Tory rebels do not seem to be dissuaded from their plan. The only thing that could save the Prime Minister is that there is no clear challenger for any kind of opposition and who the opponents can rally behind. Foreign Minister Liz Truss, who had publicly pledged her full support to Johnson, and Chancellor of the Exchequer Rishi Sunak are considered possible successors. The Chancellor of the Exchequer has so far avoided making a commitment to the Prime Minister and has recently made himself, quite rare. Johnson did not explicitly rule out resigning on Tuesday either. He wanted to wait for the result of the internal investigation, he said, and the report could be published as early as Friday, but a later date is also possible, it said in London. And today, after I'm filming this, as I said, the Prime Minister traditionally faces the MPs in the House of Commons. So when you're seeing this, for you it was yesterday, but it was after the filming. So I will report this a bit later. And I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.